So this week in the Mainly Moonology podcast, I thought I would stick to moonology for once and really go deep on the waxing moon. What are you meant to do? I'm going to give you the top 5 things to do with the waxing moon. Plus, we'll talk about the astrology for the week ahead. I will take a reader question and we will do a card for the week. So if you're listening to this podcast for the very first time, my name is Yasmin Boland. I'm an astrologer, I'm a moonologer, I'm the Sunday Times bestselling author of books including the Moonology Diaries, which I'm holding up for you to see if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, the one for 2025 is this beautiful blue. It's lovely. Anyway, I do moon work, and it's changed my life. It can change your life. If you want to change your life, you're in the right place. Basically, moonology is all about how to really harness your intentions. I know it's very easy when you're trying to create your life, you're trying to do the right stuff. It's sort of a bit all over the shop. I've seen it many times in my life that people just they've got all these ideas and they don't know what to do with them and so on and so forth. The thing about working with the moon is it gives you a framework. And, in some ways it's taken me 20 years to realize that because, I've just been doing it like anyone else. But it's now when I've sort of been doing it for so long, I can really step back and go, this is the thing. It gets you organized. And we have multiple phases to work with. I tend to work with just either 2 or 4. So either just the new moon and the full moon, or between the new moon and the full moon, it's 2-week cycle. At the 1 week mark, there's the first quarter moon, and then at the 1 week mark after the full moon, a week before the new moon, there's the last quarter moon. So I either work with the new moon, the full moon, or I work with the new moon, the full moon, and the 2 quarter moons. And I should just say at this point, if you are in Hobart, Tasmania, or anywhere near it, or you can jump on a plane, on December 14, so that would be this weekend coming, I'm holding a workshop in Hobart, Tasmania for the very first time. As far as I'm aware, I don't think I've ever held one there before. And we're going to do the whole moonology manifesting method. So it's about how to use all the different cycles of the moon. And we will be ending the day with a meditation under the full moon, because it will be full moon night, which is also such an important part of manifesting because it's about releasing to the divine. But I thought what I would talk about today, because we're in the waxing moon cycle, really 5 really important things that you can use the waxing moon for. So the first one is growth and initiation.
Where's the moon?
All right, so the moon is waxing at the moment, and the 5 things that you can do to really make the most of the waxing moon are, I will give you a rundown first and then we'll go into a bit more detail. So there's the whole growth and initiation phase. There's manifesting dreams. There's focusing on progress, building energy, and optimism and enthusiasm. They're the categories I've come up with. So the growth and initiation, number 1. So the waxing cycle is the phase between the new moon and the full moon, when the moon appears to grow bigger every night. So this is a period for personal growth and also a period for the initiation of new projects. It's also when you really want to put your foot down to the pedal and really go for it. Like you've made your new moon wishes. Waxing moon is the time for growth and initiation. So if you didn't make some new moon wishes, it's not too late now, but really aim to chase your goals. It's a very powerful time to take action on your intentions, as the increasing light symbolizes your increasing opportunities. Okay. Growth and initiation, very waxing cycle. Manifesting dreams. Now, really you can manifest at any time. The thing is, at the new moon, we get clarity. During the waxing moon cycle, the energy of increase is really powerful, okay? And it can really be harnessed for manifesting. It's very much about things getting bigger and expanding rather than things contracting. So of course, if you're manifesting something, it's all about expansion. So very much a time to use this to actively work towards your goals. Some of them may come true even way before the full moon, and just know that the universe is more aligned to support you in building and sort of accumulation of whatever it is that you're wanting to chase. So we've said growth and initiation. So it's when it's all getting bigger, manifesting, because sometimes that growth can actually be your intentions manifesting. Now, if that's not happening, it's still a really good time to focus on your progress, okay? So the waxing moon is an ideal time to focus on the progress you're making in your ongoing projects, because you want to push forward with your efforts. You want to take advantage of the momentum that's provided by the waxing moon cycle. It's a time to be very proactive and make tangible advances, but it's also a time to really look at how far am I getting? Am I inching forwards towards what I want? Am I staying on target? Am I staying on track? Am I doing what I know I need to do? When I set my intentions, I did bullet points for action steps. Am I doing those action steps? Focus on your progress, because when you see that you are progressing a little bit, then you're actually going to get really encouraged. And when you get encouraged, it will give you a new lease of life. It'll be like a second wind, and you will just keep going. There's also the building energy, okay? So the waxing moon phase really is about the moon growing brighter in the skies every night. It's also a really good time to increase your physical activity if you want to. The waning moon cycle is more the time to just lie down on the couch and just chill. Work on boosting your vitality, so looking after yourself, maybe making yourself a ginger and turmeric tonic or green juice or whatever you like. And also to really engage in activities which you need energy for, because you're going to have more energy. So it's very much a time to build energy and expend energy. It's really going forwards. When we get to the waning cycle, after the full moon, I will try to remember to do the podcast about the waning cycle so you can understand the waning cycle. Also very much a time for optimism and enthusiasm, okay? It fosters the waxing cycle, when it's growing, it's all about growth and excitement and possibility. It fosters optimism and enthusiasm. It's a time when you might feel more naturally outgoing, inclined to say yes to new opportunities. And what does that do? That's a, like not a non-vicious circle. That's a lovely circle, because when you say yes to opportunities, then that leads to new adventures. When you have new adventures, you get more opportunities. The increasing light of the moon and the waxing energy brings even also a brighter outlook, and then it's the law of attraction. When you're expecting good things, you're far more likely to attract good things. So that is 5 things to be doing this week. So let's recap. Focus on growth and initiation. So what do you want to initiate if you haven't done so already at the new moon? Where are you growing your dreams? Okay, don't just sit there, grow them. Manifesting dreams, you may find that some of your goals start to manifest during the waxing cycle. Focus on your progress. So neuroscience tells us, as I'm always talking about now, but neuroscience tells us that when we set intentions, there's things in our brain, systems in our brain that then go, okay, if that's your intention, then, oh, look, there's an opportunity to advance. There's an opportunity to advance. There's an opportunity to get close to your dreams. So really focus on your progress, because the thing is, when you make a little bit of progress and you celebrate it, that's why you celebrate every win, because it's a way of kind of staying motivated. It's also the time to be building your energy, pushing your energy out there in the universe. Just try and be as vital as you can. Look after your energy, boost your energy. I mean, get a good night's sleep, but also get out there and, do stuff that's going to help you to feel more energized, more vitalized, and more alive. And I do love homemade ginger and turmeric juice. Is actually lovely. If you've got a NutriBullet, you can just put a bit of water in there, mix it all up, and then pass it through a muslin bag. It's really yummy. And then the last thing was to stay optimistic and enthusiastic, because that is the law of attraction. That attracts, like attracts like. So try and stay motivated. So I hope that helps you have some ideas for how to use this waxing moon cycle that we are in, which we are in all the way to the full moon. And when I get to the full moon, that's when I'm going to be in Tasmania. And I must say, I don't think I gave you the how to sign up for that. Excuse me, in case you can make it, I will be in Tasmania December 14th for my workshop. It will be the full moon, and you can get all the details at moonmessages.com/Tassie25. That's moonmessages.com/Tassie25. Tassie with a double SIE. 25, the numbers. All right, thank you so much.
What's in the stars?
All right, so now let's have a look at the astrology for the week ahead. We don't have a new moon or a full moon, but we do have three very interesting aspects going on. The first is on the 10th of December. So this podcast will come out on Sunday, which is the 8th of December. So Tuesday is the 10th, and it's going to be a very healing link, which is absolutely lovely. It's between the Sun and Chiron. So if there's someone that you love, but you're always arguing and you want to make things better, then really from Sunday through to Tuesday, you've got this upsweeping under the waxing moon energy of healing. So, it may be you need to talk to someone that you need to have a healing conversation with. It may be you need healing yourself. It could just be that you start to feel better about life, okay? That is on the 10th. On the 12th, we actually get an interesting connection. That is on Thursday between the boyfriend and girlfriend of the zodiac, Venus and Mars. And I will tell you, actually, the 11th, which is Wednesday night, is going to be the best night of the week for a date night, if that's something you're interested in. But definitely, romance in the air. If there's someone you're interested in, ask them out on the 11th, because it peaks in the morning on the 12th. And that applies wherever you are in the world. I will be in Tasmania. I'm so excited. And then 13th of December, we get Mercury sextile Venus. So that's Friday, and that is actually going to be really felt on the 12th because it's taking place really early in the morning, UK time. So even in Australia, the 12th, really for the Northern Hemisphere, in Australia, the 12th and the 13th a bit. But basically, that is a really good time if you want to express your feelings to someone, if you want to write a love poem, if you want to talk about abundance, matters, money. The stars are pretty darn positive this week. We have had months and months and months of chaos, but we are now moving into what is at least a nice, quiet week. All right, so really, I would say make the most of it. Get out there, see the people you love, heal any relationships you can before the end of the year, because, if you celebrate Christmas, it's nice to come to Christmas, everybody's smiling and happy. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's the same thing for the end of the year. So this year has a really healing vibe. So you're hearing this now, and now it's up to you to do something about it.
Your questions answered.
All right, so this week's question is from Nicolette T. Hi, Nicolette. She writes, can I ask you a question? My partner has different house signs in your chart. It's super confusing because he's an Aquarius rising in yours and a Capricorn rising in other apps. That's so different. Can you give me some understanding of how to read his chart now that I've seen he technically has two different rising signs? All right, so hi, Nicolette. First of all, he doesn't have two different rising signs. So I have a chart generating service, which you can find at moonmessages.com/free chart. One word, moonmessages.com/free chart. And I don't know which one you're using, but it sounds like you're using an app. So here's the thing. Okay, so when we do a chart, when we cast a chart with a computer, we are trying to make sense of the cosmos, like we're trying to understand the planets are changing. They've got this constellation behind them, or this constellation, this zodiac constellation. It's not really like there's no lines per se in the sky. Like we do the chart with the lines on it. There's no lines. It's not like the planet goes ching and then ping, I'm in the new sign. It's not really like that. We give it a time. It's not arbitrary exactly, but it's a little bit, say, malleable. All right. It's not like, the planet clicks. It's not like a clock with a ticking second hand. It's thousands, it's eons of, it's hundreds of thousands of millions of miles and all this sort of thing. So so you're saying he's either Capricorn or Aquarius rising. So either he's going to be at the very end of Capricorn, like 29 degrees of Capricorn, or he's going to be at 0 degrees of Aquarius. When I say it's not an exact science, I don't want to put you off astrology because it is kind of an exact science, but things like that with the cusp between the two signs, It's literally, the planets from our vantage point here on Earth against the constellations of the zodiac, which are made up of stars from, I would say, I don't know, I'm not great at astronomy, but, probably millions of miles at the very least, maybe billions of miles when you put them all together. So that's going to be the thing. So all you can do in that case, and it's the same if you don't know your birth time, and this is why birth time matters as well. But all I can say is, is he kind of fashion forward, a bit aloof, and kind of reminds you of a crazy scientist? Or is he a very serious young insect that people tend to take very seriously who loves history, for example? So the first is Aquarius, the second is Capricorn. So you're going to have to kind of work out, based on his personality traits, which he is. I did write a book called Astrology Made Easy. If you read that, you can probably find some rising sign traits descriptions in there to help you try and work out, okay, no, I think he's Aquarius rising, or, oh no, I think he's Capricorn rising. So there we go. All right, so now let us take a card for the week.
A message from the Moonology Oracle.
All right, so I've been looking at the Moonology Messages Oracle deck today, which is my third deck. I think it's time for a card from the Moonology Messages deck. These cards are meant to help you, well, they're not meant to, it's just how they came out, to help you with your intuition. So I want you to look at the card. I'm going to tell you in a minute. And what does it tell you intuitively? So I'm going to ask you to say silently or out loud if this card is for you. All right, is this card for you? You can, if you're watching on Facebook, you can give it a like or put this card is for me. Or if you're listening at home on a podcast, just say it out loud. This card is for me. If you're watching on YouTube, you can put in the comments, this card is for me. The idea is that you commit to it before you know what it is. All right, so very interesting card in 3, 2, 1. It's the Moon Madness card with the message to avoid drama. All right, so let's have a look in the book here. Moon Madness. It's too easy for you to get wrapped up in dramas right now, even to feel a little like it's just all too much. What you're dealing with is noise. Don't fall for it and don't believe everything people tell you. It's time for you to take a step back from everything that is swirling around you. Being overly involved now is an easy trap. The more you wade in and get entangled, the more unnecessarily intense the whole situation is going to become. Right. Consider the possibility that you're not quite thinking straight at the moment. Maybe you need to quell your emotions so they don't lead you astray. Very Aquarius sounding card, actually. Taking a back seat, but these cards aren't really based on the different signs, they're on symbols. Taking a back seat will help. Gentle breathing exercises will get you back into alignment, all the better to deal with the question you're asking about. Exhale and let events unfold in their own time. It could be that everyone in the situation you're asking about is feeling too much pressure. Detach from drama. That's what it says here. Avoid drama. Here we go. Otherwise, it could end up hampering everything. Breathe out. Your energy field will thank you. So additional meanings for this card. There's too much drama in the air. Someone is being overly provocative. Don't stress. It won't change anything. Backing down or backing off is sometimes your best play. You need to trust that the situation will be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the podcast with 3 deep cleansing breaths, okay? So here we go. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Breathe out through your mouth. Hold. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Breathe out through your mouth. Hold. And one more time, breathe in through your nose. Hold. Breathe out through your mouth. Hold. And that is the Mainly Moonology Podcast for the week beginning December 8. Have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you in Hobart, Tasmania on the weekend. Lots of love.